Hello and welcome back. I'm Jess the MD. Thank you for joining me. I'm a board-certified family medicine doc. I'm here to react to an awesome episode of Scrubs. This is probably one of my favorite medical shows. There are, of course, inaccuracies, as there always will be on any of these shows, but I have to say that kind of the general theme of what life as a resident is pretty good. It matches up pretty well with what we see on Scrubs. Let's react to Season 5, Episode 7 of Scrubs, My Way Home.
My first day off in weeks. Only one thing could make it better. Cranking up the Toto. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Okay, so residency. Oh my goodness. So I had several stints in residency where I did not have a single day off for several weeks. Like, it was, my longest stretch was like 28 days straight with no single day off, and it was absolutely terrible. I do not recommend. 10 out of 10 do not recommend, at least that part. There are other parts that were really great, and overall I'm grateful to have done it and gotten through it. But I will say that some of those, like being on for weeks at a time without a single day off, and then you get one day off. It's not like, oh, I'm off for a week now. It's one day. And that just is not enough to recover. Truly, it is not enough. Anyway, back to this.
Even though it sucks being paged by an intern, there's nothing I like more than riding my scooter Sasha through puddles after a rain. And here comes a big one. Where was I? Okay, I'm here. What's the emergency, Keith?
Do you want Mr. Fleming on unfractionated or low molecular weight heparin?
They're the exact same thing. Every doctor here knows that. Why would you page me?
No, they're actually not the same thing. They are not the same thing. Low molecular weight heparin and unfractionated heparin are two different things. In pretty much every other situation we start people on Lovenox, there is some weight-based dosing depending on the size of the patient. Either way though, we do prefer Lovenox over heparin because it is slightly more effective. It's easier to give logistically. It's just a sub-Q injection in the stomach, or usually in the stomach. So it's the preferable of the two. So first of all, as an intern, it is your job to ask your resident about everything, unless you are 100% sure. I remember asking if I could give a patient 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol versus 500. And it's not because I didn't know if I could give Tylenol. It's because there are so many things to consider when you're ordering medications for a patient. Like, this is a huge responsibility. And so it's one of those situations where it's normal and it's important to ask those who know more than you questions before you potentially do something that could harm a patient.
Keith, you've got to stop paging me for totally unimportant things. Oh, that man's chest cavity is completely open. I can see his heart beating.
He sneezed and all his surgical staples popped out.
Good page, Keith, good page.
Okay, Rocktors. That's my name for doctors who rock. Next patient.
Ever since her fellowship, Elliot loved that her interns saw her as an endocrinology expert.
Dr. Reed, why would Mr. Baum develop new onset diabetes and high blood pressure simultaneously?
Well, as an endocrinology expert, in my expert opinion, both can be expertly explained by a pituitary adenoma causing Cushing syndrome.
Hate to burst your bubble there, Barbie, but your endocrinology fellowship lasted all of 5 days.
Granted, to you, 5 days may seem like an eternity, seems as it's roughly 5 times as long as any of your white pasty relationships have lasted, but trust me, that hardly makes you an expert.
Oh, really? Because you never went to ass-face school, but you seem to be an expert at that. Am I right?
Here's some.
All right, so Cox is right, Dr. Cox, he's right. You cannot become an expert in something in 5 days, not something as broad as endocrinology. Fellowships from internal medicine, which usually that's what kind of feeds into endocrinology fellowship. So Fellowships from internal medicine last anywhere from a year to 4 years, and then can be even longer with additional training. For example, if you're going to do cardiology and then do like interventional cardiology and keep going, there's so many different things that you can do, and the years can just stack on and on. And so 5 days, not enough.
Excuse me, can anybody else watch this kid for a second?
She'll be all right. I wonder what's taking Jordan so long. Anyway, I gotta talk to the Bulger family about getting their son's heart, but I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, they're in the doctor's lounge.
Oh my God, Laverne, I love you. Listen, if any other surgeon asks about them, you send them someplace else. The cafeteria, the zoo, I don't care. I'm going to get my heart.
We're just not sure, Dr. Turk.
When a career-making opportunity is slipping through their fingers, even a doctor can succumb to one of the basest human impulses.
You know, I've donated an organ.
They can lie.
See, my buddy, he was sick, and so I gave him one of my kidneys.
But my son has only one heart.
But, a short time after that, I donated my other kidney.
We're gonna check on our son.
Okay, so clearly the family knows he's lying. This is just completely inappropriate. It's so unethical. As a physician, you are in a very unique position where you have a duty to tell the truth. People really listen to you. And lying, especially about something like that, especially to get in on a surgery. I never did surgical residency. I don't know for sure the ins and outs, but I feel like that is something that would just not happen ever. Ever. And if it does, it probably should not happen ever.
Okay, the coast is clear. Just a few more steps and you're out of here.
JD, I need to talk to someone. Here, take him.
What?
Yep. No, come on.
Hey, wait, no.
JD, I have to admit this to somebody. I don't like kids.
What are you talking about? You're the most maternal person I know.
Oh, I'm a nurse, JD. I'm trained to fake it. I just don't see what's so adorable. I mean, yay, you made a poopy in the potty. I'm supposed to be impressed? There's a monkey at the zoo who can do that. I mean, you know, when he's not playing with himself.
Well, if you don't want to have a baby, Carla, don't have a baby.
But JD, I want to have a child with Turk more than anything in the world. I know it's crazy, but I'm a girl. That's how we roll. What am I going to do? I'm supposed to be the brave one.
Oh my gosh, I feel her so hard on this. Okay, so it is totally normal to be scared of being a parent, okay? We all experience it. I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I still get freaked out by the massive responsibility that it is to raise small humans and teach them to be good, ethical, decent humans moving forward to make society better. It's a huge, huge responsibility. I mean, like, there's no other way around it. And so I understand Carla being freaked out about it. Now, also, other people's kids are nowhere near as special to you as your own kids. You can absolutely love someone else's children, but there's a special place in your heart, at least in my heart, for my own children.
Dude, it was awful. I couldn't stop lying to them. I only have 2 moves. If surgery goes well, the fake modest nod and wink. Now, if surgery goes bad and the guy dies, there's always the head shake sad walk away.
Turk, Toto and I are going home.
Fine.
Okay, I'll help.
Thank you. But rest assured, from here on out, whatever you ask me, I will be completely honest with you.
Do you shave your head because you like the way it looks or because you're going bald?
Bald.
Okay, next question.
With all those topical treatments, let's just say I wasn't completely functional.
Why are all surgical residents being so relentless about my son's heart?
Because whichever one of us convinces you to pull the plug and donate his heart gets to assist in the transplant.
You're talking about my son here. And you don't even know him.
Now ask me if I think it's the right thing to do, even if you request that I don't assist.
Do you?
Yes. I'm really sorry.
The end of life discussions are just so difficult and emotionally charged and just painful in general. Usually you'll have the end of life discussions in the ICU because someone is probably not doing well and that's why they're in the ICU. In this particular situation, it was super unethical of Dr. Kelso to kind of start this whole competition. But we've already established that this man is brain dead. Then taking someone off life support, of course, it's still something that you would do with the family and the family understanding. But in this particular situation, I think that the family doesn't quite have an understanding of just how bad it is and that this man is not going to wake up. And so that's a big decision to make, to turn off the machine. It's just an emotional decision. It's a really difficult discussion. It's a really difficult situation to be in. It is an important one in medicine that we do have to do. We do have to have those discussions, and it can be really difficult.
JD, there is no way that I'm going to be able to pull this off. In a few hours, I'm going to have a room full of specialists firing questions at me. I'm going to be a bigger fraud than Barry Bonds.
Okay, you know he's an athlete of some kind. Just say something general.
Still, I love it when Bonds wins at the game that he plays.
Look, Elliot, you know how people become specialists? They obsess about the material over and over again until it becomes lodged into their brains. And that's exactly what you've been doing. Watch, where's the closest page you've hidden around here? Huh? You are good. All right, look. What's the leading differential in an obese woman suffering from amenorrhea and hirsutism?
Polycystic ovaries.
Yes, that is the correct answer. A woman that is suffering from obesity and amenorrhea or just irregular menstrual bleeding, much of the time you want to rule out PCOS. It's a polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a metabolic syndrome. It's not just about being obese. I will say though, that's not an endocrinology specialist question. That is a question that every family medicine or internal medicine physician should know the answer to. I get what they're trying to do, but that was the wrong question.
You don't understand. I didn't dump him on the janitor because I was busy. I dumped him on him because he was working my last nerve and I wanted to smoosh his face. I'm not meant for this.
Carla, look at me and Jordan. You know how we hate everyone?
Yeah.
Well, that goes doubly for children. It's true, they're loud, you can't understand them, they're like tiny cab drivers. But, trust me, when you do have your own kid, you won't feel that way.
Yeah, what? What'll be different?
It'll be yours.
That's so true. I mean, being a parent is really hard a lot of the times. Kids do things and you're like, why did you think that was a good idea? Yeah, totally. Kids can work your last nerve. They work everyone's last nerve sometimes. They do things and you're like, why are you doing this? My little girl will spill anything you give to her. Not like, oh, I tripped and it fell and it spilled. No, no, no. She will take like a water bottle and look you directly in the eye and go and laugh. And she just loves to see you freak out about it. All right, fine. So kids love to do that kind of stuff. But still, when it's your own kid, it's like, yes, it can get annoying, but at the same time, there's just something about that connection, that bond you have with them that's worth all of it and more, and so much more. What did we think? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through just one episode of Scrubs. If there are other episodes that you would like me to watch of Scrubs, of any other medical show, medical drama, Grey's Anatomy, The Good Doctor, any one of those or more, just comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking this video, subscribing, and giving me more ideas of other things that you'd like me to react to. It was so good to spend time with you. Thank you for spending time with me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.